Okay, so this is Todd Tries Music, episode 6. I hope somebody has commented on one of my videos out there. I will be waiting to insert a snippet of a video at a later date by the magic of editing. Uh, calling you out if I still have nothing. Gonna be very, very disappointed. Sad emoji repeated about 30 times. Crying face emoji 30 times if I still have nothing after that plea for help. So anyway, though, this is where we get into the good stuff. I've been waiting to show this content a long time. This is a pretty momentous occasion. This is June 30th now. So out in East Stroudsburg, PA, we're at the Renegade Winery. Again, that was our home base for a long time. So you are going to see us get up there. Unfortunately, like there's not a long recording. I didn't have my kind of rig set up yet, where I now just kind of let my phone go and it'll run like throughout the whole thing. I'll have a constant stream for the whole event. Back then, we're just relying more on like crowdsourcing stuff, and so it was just we had a few people there watching us, and I mean they were nice enough to take some clips, and that's essentially, so it's slightly unfortunate, but that's the content that I have to show. So let's just jump into that. This is what I've been waiting to show. Okay. All right, internet. So let me tell you something. Y'all got lucky. My buddy Kyle bailed you out. He got in there, got a couple comments on a video, so I don't need to talk about this again. But that being said, he is up 2-0 on the rest of the internet. So still, you might want to question your decisions in life, or if you love your boy. So that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't have to shame anybody today. But let me set the scene here. So here we are. We're at the Renegade Winery. This is our debut. You saw us prepping for this. This is the big day. This is the big day we've been waiting for. We are up there. I am feeling very nervous. Again, we have these kind of clips, right? So we don't have the full, just me getting up there, again, being really nervous. Sean and I sort of bantering a little bit, but just kind of getting into the flow. But I can tell you, like, let's say the first 30 seconds, I was not feeling so great. A little more nerves than normal. Again, I've done karaoke and things like that, so this is not my first time being up on stage. I'm not a total noob. I've done some public speaking in recent years. I was running this Google developer group, which had me up in front of people quite a bit. So I'd say I'm probably more comfortable than just a normal person who's not regularly doing any of this kind of thing. But all that being said, I mean, still extreme nerves. This is something different. You're being seen in a different light. But yeah, we get into it. So here is the very first clip. This is Pirate looks at 40. Sean had opened it up, and then it goes to me. So he had done the opening verse, and then it's handed off to me. So that's where this clip begins. Just setting that up properly. Switch from sails to steam, and in your belly you hold the treasures you have ever seen. Yeah, so decent start. I think I feel like my voice is confident there. So okay, so here we go. We continue.
Yes, I am a pirate, a few hundred years too late. Cannons of thunder, stuck in the thunder. I'm on the 40 kingdom of fate, riding too late, riding too late.
kind of funny. We have to share this one mic. I mean, we actually did some prep on that at his place. But yeah, I definitely, ideally, you'd have your own mic. You know, you feel a little weird. You don't feel like you own the mic, so it looks less comfortable. You're kind of like leaning in, and it's just, it's tough. It's tough to look cool up there when you're doing that, but also very bad stage presence, but it's okay. Whatever. Here we go.
I've done a bit of smuggling. I've run my share of weed. I made enough money to buy Miami. Pissed it away so fast. Wow. It's never meant to last. It's never meant to last.
So I'd say going well so far. Everything that's basically sounding like how we rehearsed. Nothing's cracking up, nothing's wavering. Sean's playing confidently. I was definitely into a groove there, singing. I honestly, I would say, it might sound funny, whatever, but I think this is literally like our best take. I think it's better than any of the rehearsals we did, so we're pretty happy so far. So let's see how it continues. Okay, so here we continue.
2 weeks, I passed out and I'm rallying and that's for a few weeks. But I gotta stop wishing, gotta go fishing. I'm down at rock bottom again. Just a few friends. Just a few friends. Just a few friends. Just a few friends.
All right, so we got through the first song. So much relief. It's a good feeling to get through it and know that you pretty much delivered the way that you wanted to. You pretty much like that was what we rehearsed. Again, I don't have the whole clip, but I think you get the idea. That's pretty much what happened there. Definitely like a confidence builder. And once you get that initial song under the belt, I guess in general, just as a whole career, whatever, but also like in the night, right, in the moment, like that night, it's really nice to get one song under the belt. Know you did it well. Huge confidence builder. So things are looking good going into the second song. Okay, so just a few things about the venue and the setup before I continue on and forget. Again, Renegade Winery. It's you see it printed on the screen, but awesome place. Really supporting local music. Just love everything about the vibe there. Even the acoustics are nice. I mean, it bounces around because it's like all hard surfaces, but I feel like you can hear in the recordings it comes through nicely. It makes a pretty nice recording. It's a good sort of natural acoustics. Also the host there, Andrew Moses. I found him on like Facebook and Spotify. Cool dude. We've known him for a while. Again, they've served as like our home base from the beginning. So I'm always going to be grateful to everybody involved with the scene there. So just awesome. So here's our second song. We're feeling good at this point. That we decided to go into I Am the Highway. This is the Audioslave song. Chris Cornell, lead singer there. Rehearsed a whole bunch, and I feel like we're ready to go. We're ready to go after getting that little bit easier song under the belt. So now it's time to go up in complexity. So we have a couple clips here. So let's take a look. Not a ton to add. I mean, I can see me doing weird stuff with my hands. You know, I don't know what to do with my hands and pockets or whatever. Um, but in general, like, yeah, my voice was real healthy that day. You know, so I'm happy about the vocals. I mean, it's crazy looking back at this because you know it's literally first performance. So you know, honestly, I expected to flub a little more. But again, like it's definitely something to when your vocal cords are that healthy on a given day. It's just like it's nice. You know, it's just nice to have everything available. So that's the main thing for me. Okay, so here's the second half of that one we were watching. A few moments later, and just you know into this different verse now.
Millions of miles under my heels, and still too close to you. I feel, yeah, I am not your rolling wheels. I am the highway. I am not your coffin ride. I am the sky. I am not your glowing wind. I am the light.
Yeah, so one little you know one or two little funny spots in there. Sean was like, I guess just stumbled a little bit, but this is an interesting sort of I guess slight educational side of it. We had done enough rehearsals at that point where we actually had come up with a game plan for those sorts of situations. We you know we had a strategy for like, oh, okay, let's say you're struggling with some chords or just something happens, just keep going. You know, I think really the most important thing is the vocalist keeps going. So if you listen, I mean, honestly, you may not even notice. I know I showed some people and they're like, I didn't, you know, I didn't even see like anything happen. If I also stopped, let's say in that scenario, right, you would definitely notice for sure. I think it's when you know when the vocalist just stops short, it's really obvious. But if the guitarist just takes a little pause, you know, has one little tiny little stumble, anything. If you just keep going, it just even just sounds like a little like a cappella thing, like you were just trying to do some stylistic thing. Where you know, again, if I just stop dead, you're going to be like, oh, something's off. Like we definitely hear you know something going wrong. So I think that was a pretty valuable lesson that we learned there. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Turn the Page, written by Bob Seger. Originally, sorry, the inspirational version for us is the Metallica full electric accompaniment song. This is a pretty complicated song. Lot of moving parts going on. So let's see how we're doing this.
But your dogs soon be wandering way up to when you ride 16 hours.
All right, sorry to pause fast so quickly. Very clearly here we're going slow, and it's a funny thing where, you know, it's happened at various points. I've seen it go where it's like, it's that thing again where like you don't know if you're supposed to be jumping up ahead and like going in and filling that empty space that you sort of hear when you're doing a live performance as opposed to let's say if you have a backing track or whatever, right? And I think what happened was we kind of like fed off each other. Like I slowed down a little, he slowed down a little, he slowed down a little, I slowed down. You know, it was like this feedback loop like that, and we ended up kind of crawling along at a fairly low energy rate. But yeah, it's good.
There's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. You just
Yeah, so it just feels a little slow. Feels like it's dragging, and I think because of that dragging, it's also like the energy is kind of comes down a bit. But don't hate it. Don't hate it for a first performance. Okay, let's go to the next clip.
There I go, turn the page. Here I am, I'm on the road again. There I am, up on the stage. Well, here I go, I'm playing star again. Well, there I go. Turn the page. Well, there I go. Turn the page.
Yeah, so that wasn't so bad. The tone sounded okay. Sean played it pretty well. It just was low energy. It was just lacking energy. And funny thing is, like, I actually don't know that we've performed that again since we practiced it a whole lot, and we never really got our great performance on it. We kind of left it hanging out there with this, which is very middle of the road, or not even quite middle of the road. I mean, it's just an uninspiring performance, and especially I think compared to the other songs that we debuted with. I think we just did a lot better on those. We brought the heat on those, and then we kind of cooled off for this one. So I think we'd probably like to redo this. Probably maybe sometime soon we can bring this back, and that could be fun. So I think that's it for the clips here. All right, so that was our debut at the Renegade Winery. I would say all in all, it was fairly successful. We kind of set out what we meant to do. We got into a nice groove. We got through the first song. I thought that went really well. It's a nice opening song too. It's a nice simple opening song that lets you get into a flow. And after getting those early jitters out of the way, I felt like we really kind of grooved in. And on a couple of songs, I would say it was probably to date we did our best take up there. Just feeling the vibe and the energy of being up on stage, performing. It definitely inspired us, to do some stuff. The last song, I mean, we just went a little low energy. We could certainly do that better. I think at some point in the future we will do that song again. We'll do Turn the Page again, and just bring the energy level up. Do it the way that we've done on some of our good rehearsals, where there's actually some soul in it, where we're pouring out our hearts into it. So but I'm happy about how this got started. I'm really excited that we got into the real fun content, the stuff where we're actually performing, we're up in front of people. It's just it's a totally different level. It's a different level of nerves. It's a different level of performance and just the energy. Like if you get a really good crowd too, for example, like they can give you a lot of energy back, and it can significantly impact the performance. You can kind of like feed off each other. It's the crowd is actually very important. But yeah, again, we're into the cool content. We're gonna have our next performance in the next one. It's a lot of like performance nights coming up now. So yeah, so hopefully you're looking forward to that. Okay, all right, that's a wrap for this episode. We'll see you soon. Bye.